Hey, so now with the new CTS2, we have new screen development. So with the new screens, we actually have 5 to choose from currently, with more coming down the road. So we're going to show you a couple ways to set up your own screens. Like we talked about earlier, you can set up 2 different screens at one time. So we're going to show you how to change those screens and set it up for your liking. First thing we're going to do is swipe up to the main menu, and we're going to go into our layout. So once you hit your layout here, you'll go into the next menu option that shows you your background that we can adjust, and we'll show you how to do that in just one second. Layout 1 or layout 2. So the screen layouts, like I say, you can swipe between one screen versus the other screen. Let's do screen layout 1 for now. And you go in here and you have your 5 optional screens. Right now you can see there's a master screen. The master screen is the newest screen that we designed for the CTS2 product. It's available with 9 parameters to watch at one time. Color gauge arcs you can adjust on there. It's a very slick and clean design, so we wanted to add that one to the new screen. The next screen layout is the digital screen. This is for the guys who don't want all the gauges, the arc going on. They just want to know what the value of the parameter is. So with the digital gauge layout, there's 12 digital gauges you can watch at one time. So it's a cool feature for guys that really just want to see that value. They know exactly where they're looking on the box and be able to check their values of all time. The next one is the retro. The retro one's pretty cool because we know a lot of guys are familiar with the CTS current, and we wanted to make sure they were going to be okay and comfortable with the CTS2, and we wanted to bring it to the future. So we actually kept the old CTS screen, but added a couple more gauges, cleaned the layout up, and made it a lot more high resolution image. So you'll notice that one on the old CTS and the new CTS2 with the retro screen. The next one is the needles. The needle screen is a digital analog looking gauge. So instead of having a parameter going off or just a arc, we actually went back to a standard analog looking gauge, circle gauge with a needle arm going up and down with a digital parameter underneath it. That's for the guys who like to watch those analog looking style gauges, and they know by looking at the needle, they know about where the temperatures or the boost readings or something are, so they want to be able to catch that by the corner of their eye. The last one is the accelerometer screen. Since the CTS2 has an accelerometer inside the device, we're able to do G-forces, pitch, roll. These ones are kind of fun to play with out on the street, or if you're climbing a hill, it's nice to be able to see what the incline of the hill, especially when you're towing a trailer or something, so you can see where your temperatures start to get hot in the truck and you know where to back down on certain inclines, as well as if you're off-roading to see how high of an incline or what kind of pitch you're doing on trails. So what we're going to do here, we're in screen 1. Right now it's set at the master screen, so we're going to leave it there at master screen for a second. We're going to come back into layout 2, and right now it's set at the retro, but we're going to put on the needle screen. So now we just adjusted those 2 screens. We'll go back and we'll show you where they are here. So right now we can hit the home key, and that'll take us right back to the main gauge screen. That's a cool thing, a cool feature that we added to the screens itself. Before you had to hit the back arrow to get back to the main gauge screen. Now you can just hit home when you want to return back to your gauge screen, so more time on the road, less time playing with your device. As you can see here, here's our master screen, and like we said, if we want to swipe to the other screen, we just simply touch, swipe across the screen, and now we have our needles displayed. So you can set up whatever gauges you'd like to on those 2 screens, set up the different parameters, so you have your screen for towing, you have your screen for daily driving, you have your screen for competition. However you liking, it's adjustable for yours. Now with the other part of this whole custom backgrounds and custom screen designs that we designed with it, we're able to go through and adjust different backgrounds on the device. Or if you wanted to, you could use our MyStyle software and upload a picture of your family, a picture of your truck, or whatever you're liking to the device using our MyStyle software. So right now we're going to show you a couple different ways how to change the background. The quickest and simplest way, we can grab the top, pull it down, and you'll see over here in the corner there's a little picture icon. If we reach around here and touch the picture icon, it'll actually change the background on the device. There's 10 custom backgrounds that we've loaded on it, or you can put up to 10 custom backgrounds for yourself. So as you can see, we can keep scrolling through the different ones that we want to go through. So for right now, we're going to stop at this green solar flare one. Swipe up. Now you have your background that you selected. The other way we can do that, as you've seen before, is when we swipe up to the main menu. There's your layout, and we have background options right there. So we select background, and this way you can see what the whole background image is without your gauges over the top of it if you want to do it this way. Right, so this way we'll just touch the screen to the side, and go through the different backgrounds that are available on your device. And this is where you can see all the different gauges that you loaded, or all the different screens you loaded, all the different screens that we have on the device. And select the one that you like. Right now I'm gonna pick the brushed metal, hit enter to get back to it. Now we're back, and if we want to change the gauge layout again, we could do that. Or like say, we can just hit the home key and go right back to your gauges. Once you get this set up, you can see what it looks like in your different screen layouts by swiping through it. As you can see now, maybe the green doesn't make sense and you want to change those, or you know what, I like the brushed metal, but my gauges in my truck are blue, so I want to put a blue over tint to it. One of the new features about the CTS2 is the color custom mixer tool. So if we want to come in here, we can swipe down. You'll see over here in the corner by the picture where we changed the backgrounds, there's a little bar icon. We're going to touch that bar icon, and this will allow us to actually change the opacity and color of your background image. It can basically take out the whole background to one solid color, or like I say, we can change it to where it's just barely over the top of it. So right now, if you see this bottom image, the bottom bar is an opacity meter. So it's at 0% right now. We can touch it and slide it over, or we can hit the arrows and slide it over to the percentage of what you want. Let's just do it here, over here, about in the middle for now. And we'll show you what that looks like. So we can color mix our own color to go over the top of it, or we can go in here and select one of the custom colors that we have on the device. Let's say this blue one here for now. If I want to adjust that blue, I just simply touch and grab, or like I say, we can hit the arrow buttons there. So over here in the left-hand corner, you'll see this is my custom color we just designed for the device. We'll press enter. Once it gets back to your main gauge layout screen here, you can see that there's a opacity color of that blue tint that we just designed over the product itself. If we happen to go back into it because we don't like that color, or we just want to take it away or make it stronger, go back into your gauge layout. You can come back in here and you'll notice whatever mixed colors you have, they're over here saved up to 9 at one time. So that way you don't have to keep mixing the same color every time on each different screen or different 8 arc gauges. But for now, let's say we just want to do a pink one instead of that one. We'll enter it and then go back, and now we have a pink overlay on our device as well. So this is a cool feature for you to basically customize the whole screen to your liking, or the color of your dash, or just because you want to do a different color every month. So that's the new background screens, the new color overlay, as well as the screen layouts on the CTS2.